I must admit it is very unfortunate that in 2018 we still have to deal with the question that does lighter skin equate to beauty? And to get to realize that there's still a lot to be done in people's mindsets, in how they see themselves, in how they define beauty. And to get to realize, actually, this is not a rural, uneducated people problem, actually. There are people fully educated and well off who would rather be looking lighter in order to feel good about who they are. It tells us that we may be politically free, but as far as economically, spiritually, and mindset free, we have a long way to go, because the very same people our young people look up to are not comfortable in their own skin.
I think today for me was extremely important, because we don't only talk, we've got a scientist who has researched. I mean, there's evidence that is like well researched on what is a black skin, what contains it, and what product to use. Backed by research. It's not someone who's just like sucking the information from his thumb. So that's number one. And number two, you get to talk to people who were affected by the experience of like the skin color. In South Africa, let's face it, there's a very big issue with skin color. We don't want to talk about it, but it's very big. So today says to people, can we open up on the issue of skin color? Not only when it's referred to as racist, but how do we perceive it in our private spaces? Because if it didn't bother us privately, we wouldn't be bleaching our skins.
Here with DMK today is because they, for example, are using their skill and knowledge and resources and platform to really change and shift the minds of predominantly women as for their self-worth and their self-beauty. So that's what I love about the event that they're doing here. It's not about selling their brand, it's not about punting that, but it's really about making a difference in the lives of others. And that's what Just One Thing 365 stands for. It's how each of us can use our resources, our skills, our talents, whether it's financially, time, whatever we can make a difference. And it's really stepping up, taking ownership of our contribution as global citizens.
Because, okay, first of all, I haven't changed my attitude at all, because things are what they are. Now, don't forget, I started my early research in Chicago, which is a very segregated but powerful town. Now, even though the black community and the white community and the Italian communities were all segregated, they all met together in the inner city, and they all were very successful. So what it occurred to me is, rather than get mad at somebody because they're different, want to find out about the differences, you know.
My book, Color Me Yellow, which was like was the finalist for the Sunday Times Allen Painting for 2018. In that book, I'm telling the story of my life, but the story of my life, it's around color. It's around skin color. Because it's saying color me yellow. I was colored yellow. I was brutalized. I was beaten up black and blue for being yellow. And then when you look back, it's a question of like people not loving themselves for being dark. So you are victimized because you are like, you think you're better, you are yellow. Yes, I was searching for my family truth, but was there a reason to traumatize me that much simply because I'm yellow? It could have happened any other way.
I've spent 45 years trying to teach differently. You know, men are vain. Women have made them be vain. Now, back in the 50s, a guy could be fat and sloppy. As long as he had a big bankroll and flashy car, he thought he could get anybody. And he could, because women were taught that. But then the sexual revolution came in, the bra burners and the women's lib. And they said, just a minute, sucker. I have to look good all the time for your fat self. you're going to have to start looking good for me. And there was this whole sudden movement of gyms and all this trend of the yuppies, and everybody had to have fabulous body because the women are demanding it.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on our social mediums.